welcome back to another segment here. This is a very special one because I would like to sit down here with a couple of very important people in World Ventures. Jeff?
Vic?
And Troy.
Hey, Vic.
Welcome you guys to the round table here. And here's what I want to do, right? So these two gentlemen right here are quadruple IMDs in the company. What does that mean?
Well, in our company, the top level is called International Marketing Director, and we've actually hit that 4 times. And so there's a few double IMDs in our company.
Yeah.
There's no triple IMDs besides us, and now we've hit quadruple IMD.
That means you guys have helped a lot of people. You made a lot of money, right? As a result of helping people,
right? Which
is awesome, and it's a privilege to be sitting with you guys right now. So we spent a whole day today, here at the headquarters, and obviously as we're building out and recording these videos, and hopefully you've been enjoying watching these videos, right? If you haven't watched the opportunity or kind of the overview, I guess that segment was called the overview. You probably have heard from Troy. Right, about a little bit about his story, but I want to dig a little bit deeper into your guys' story, kind of like from just as a rep out there in the field who has built big organizations, what attracted you guys to World Ventures, maybe a little bit about your background, what you've done, what you're seeing happening, right, in the company, why are you still here, what's your plan for the future here, and just what do you see as a representative? We talked to Wayne, we talked to, I talked to Dan Stammen. We did, the entire building is incredible here. The structure of the company is incredible. The product is phenomenal. So let's just dig into it. It was going to be a really laid back, conversation, roundtable conversation. You're going to enjoy it. Who wants to start first? Just a little back.
Start first. Me and Troy met in college about 34 years ago. Wet behind the ears kid, and met my buddy, and we just hit it off from day one, played football together, and got out of college, kind of went our separate ways, and I got off into the insurance business. I did that for about 20 years. My wife was in real estate, and we saw this idea years ago, and I just, at a point in my life that I was in a pretty bad position. My dad was going through stage 4 cancer at the time. My house was getting repossessed. Bill collectors were relentless. My car's getting repossessed, and just saw this at a time that it was the perfect timing, and just saw a fit for me, and just went for it.
How long ago was it?
That was 12 and a half years ago.
So
12 and a half years ago.
One of the first people in the company.
We were one of the first people in the company, and a lot of people will hear that and say, oh, you were there at the beginning, but understand we were a startup company. So there was many hurdles, but we just, kind of looked at each other, made a commitment, said we're going to go for this thing, kind of looked at each other and said, I'll work as hard as you want to work for a year, and let's see what happens. And, from day one, I fell in love with Wayne Nugent. I was already in love with my buddy. We've been best buddies for 34 years, but I fell in love with that spark, that spark in his eye. You can tell when he starts to speak, and just fell in love with the vision. And we just bought in and we went for it. And, for a guy, I didn't travel. My idea of vacation was going to grandma's and sleeping on the floor. But I bought into the vision of this dream trips and what it could do for families. And we just went and we started sharing it as a rep in the company. I saw one thing: leveraged income, residual income. I came from that background, but the problem was the type of insurance I sold. Every year I was fighting the next guy or gal trying to replace my policy.
Right.
After 20 years, I got pretty burnt out. So, it was perfect timing for me to try something new. I've never done anything like this. I don't come from a networking background, and just saw a product that, for one, everybody loves. Travel is an inherent yes. It's something we didn't have to sell or convince people. We just had to get out there and share it. And we did. And, fast forward 12 and a half years, it's led to a lifestyle of freedom. I've been on about 175 vacations now, Vic, all paid for by the company. And we've led a lifestyle of freedom to where our kids have got to grow up in an atmosphere to where, they were 5 and 9 when we got started. They're now 17 and 21, and they've got to grow up in an atmosphere to where we've got to be full-time parents.
How does it feel to be able to give your family that kind of lifestyle?
Well, it's a piece that I can't describe. It's freedom. It's freedom to no longer make decisions based on time or money, where you don't have to, worry about the time. You don't have to worry about how long you're gone. You can go wherever you want, however long as you want, with whoever you want, and it's a peace of mind. It's a peace of mind that I can't describe. It's a peace of mind I wish everyone that has the guts to go for it. It's sitting there waiting for you.
Awesome. Troy, what's your background? What's your story?
My background's a little different. As Jeff said, we met in college playing football 34 years ago, but I went off and what I did was I decided to do the anesthesia gig. So I went to anesthesia school and did that, and I loved anesthesia. Got out making a great living in doing anesthesia. I loved it, but I was that typical time broke professional. And my wife and I created a great lifestyle, but for her, not for me. And I just wanted a lifestyle. I wanted something that, like Jeff said, I didn't want to have to worry about time or money. I didn't want to make decisions based on that. And I ran in when I was young, about 19 years old, 20 years old. I got introduced with a company called Amway. And I still hold the record with Amway of being the worst distributor they ever had. I was not very good, but I fell in love with the concept. Like, I love the concept of residual income, and as I was in anesthesia school, I just kept thinking about that residual income, and I got out and I wasn't looking, but this came across our door. We'd met somebody who knew Wayne Nugent, and we got invited to the launch of this company, and it just fit us. I went on one of those dream trips. It worked like they said it would, and so we started telling people about it, and money started coming in. It was different than my anesthesia income. It was residual income. Yeah. Got excited about that. That was different than trading time for dollars like I was in anesthesia. And life got real different real fast. And so I was able to walk away from that anesthesia practice a year and a half after I was introduced to this idea. And to me, that's saying something, because if you go out and if you Google highest paid profession in America today, number one comes up anesthesia. Really? And so what I was able to do is walk away from the highest paid profession in America in a year and a half with an idea that cost me a couple $100s to get started. And I just think, we're in America and we always talk about the American dream, but I think that's the American dream. Anybody can do it if they do the work, like Jeff said. There's no guarantees. We all know that. That's life itself. But man, I just wanted a shot. I just wanted a chance. And I wanted a chance where others, no matter where they come from, their background, their age, their race, their education, that didn't limit them. They had the same chance that I had, or Jeff had, or you have, and that's what attracted me here, and the culture that I felt here. It gave me some stuff that were voids in my life. I played sports all my life, and when I got done, there was voids. One of the voids was camaraderie. Yeah. And I didn't know how to feel that. This helped fill it. The culture here helped fill it, and competition. You're out here competing a little bit with other people like Jeff, that we're out there. I like the competition. I like those things. So the voids were felt, and so all those things added up to being the perfect situation for me. My wife loves it. This is her social gatherings. Are all friends that we've gained from this, and traveling around the world with, and doing special things with, and it's just been an incredible life.
People talk about lifestyle. People aspire to lifestyle. People work for lifestyle, right? And you guys are what we're doing here is we're living the lifestyle and getting paid for it. Right. When you guys got started here 12 years ago, just like with any startup, there's a lot of growing pains. There's a lot of bumps on the road and stuff, like detours, right? Maybe. What's the opportunity like right now for somebody looking into getting started compared to when you got started? Because a lot of people will be like, lucky you got started 12 years ago.
Let's just address that. When we got started 12 years ago, we had no dream trips. Our technology didn't work, and customer service, you're looking at them. So can you imagine going and doing presentation or doing like y'all do, sending out the information? But here's the deal. We don't have any dream trips. They're sold out, and we don't know when the next one is. Ready to get started? So it was tough. But what happened was we had true pioneers that made a decision that said, we're going to power through this. We see the vision. We did we planned on doing one dream trip a month. We actually did 15 that year. I think the next year we did like 33, and it just took off from there to where now, guys, we did about 6,000 dream trips alone last year. Our technology is working very, very well. Now we've added a dining piece to where you can earn points and now earn commissions and shop and dine and earn and share. Now with the Fly Card, the smart card that's came along, in my opinion, after 12 years, we have a 12-year billion-dollar startup company. So the platform has already been laid. You don't have to worry about trying to reinvent the wheel. All you got to do is make a decision to go to work. The opportunity is unlimited, like Troy said and Vic said and Wayne and Dan. There are no guarantees of income, but the person that truly wants to come on board and find a true home, a legacy company they can stick with, welcome to the right place at the right time.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what were you going to say something?
I was just going to say, to echo that, we have all this new stuff that we're doing and that we're adding on top to our foundation, which is travel and the Dream Trips product. But we'll always be the travel company. That's our foundation. It's just like Apple when we talk about their ecosystem. This is part of our ecosystem, all this stuff added on. It's working together to make everything better. Well, Apple's still the computer company, but they got all this other stuff that goes into it. And so their ecosystem has made them the great giant they are today. That's what I see our ecosystem doing here.
Okay, awesome. Let's talk about this, you guys, right? What do you see for being in a company for 12 years, right? Customer retention, you mentioned the word residual income. It's important, right, for that to happen, that the customers will be on products. The longer the better. What do you guys see and what your experience has been in that area?
Well, that's one of the things that drew me here, Vic, is that, residually, when you talk about money in this industry, I think we're all drawn to that residual style of income. Making a sale, getting that one-time sale, that's one thing, but getting that residual income, that changes the game. That changes it from trading time for dollars. And so what I saw here was unlike a lot of other opportunities out there. And I'm not here to bash any opportunity. There's a lot of great companies out there, but most of them are either in the nutritional space or the makeup space or something like that. And what I see happening with some of my friends in those companies, again, not putting any company down, they go out and they get the bigger packages and push the bigger packages. And what ends up happening, they get on that monthly auto ship and they start getting more product than they really can use at that point. And that product either goes in a garage or goes in a basement, and they start piling it up. And then their distributors that they have on their team start piling it up. And after a while, people start canceling those auto ships because they got too much product, and they start competing with themselves because they sell it on Amazon. They sell it on eBay, and they start competing because those lower prices, just trying to get rid of that inventory. Well, we can't sell Jamaica on Amazon. You can't put that in the basement. You can't put Hawaii in the garage. And so for us, when we got the residual built, it was true residual. We weren't garage qualified. We weren't basement qualified. We had true residual, and it just kept going up and up. And that's why I built this thing, wanted to build this thing, is I wanted true residual income that would last the test of time. And travel's an inherent yes. People want to do it.
Now, speaking of travel, the way this ecosystem is set up, you get to get some reward points and travel points, right? From your personal, payments into the membership, but also leverage your entire team and organizations, right? What is it like to have a large organization, be in your position when it comes to those travel points?
Well, it goes back for a guy that didn't travel. It goes back to again, freedom to do what you want when you want, and when you have those travel points to burn. 170 plus vacations, and you haven't paid for them. You've used travel points to pay for them. That's pretty cool.
So you pretty much have enough. You just travel for free.
We travel for free,
with monopoly money type stuff. That's what travel dollars are to me, is like monopoly money, because you're actually, I wouldn't call it free because you've earned that money,
right?
But they're giving it to you in travel dollars, and then we earn actual cash.
Right. So you're doing what you're supposed to be doing anyways. You're building your business, right? You're helping people, save money on travel and lifestyle. That's a good thing. You get rewarded monetarily, financially for it, right?
Right.
But this whole travel rewards that you accumulate it's a bonus, it's a cherry on top.
It's a bonus on the top, and they say, if you fall in love with something or you're passionate about it, it's never worked to you. This is never worked to us because, they're like, well, you guys have done this several times, 3 or 4 times. When are you going to retire? What would we retire to? We've retired to a lifestyle that led us a lifetime of freedom, last 12 years of freedom that's just been absolutely unbelievable.
Right. What do you guys, where are you going from this, from here? Where's the company going? What do you see yourselves, in the future? I mean, you could probably get bombarded with opportunities, having large teams and organizations, obviously, being in a position like you. What do you guys see happening over the next couple of years?
For me, Vic, and I think Jeff too, the one thing that has made us stand the test of time as distributors, as reps here, is that we love what we do. I mean, what else would we go to, like he said? And so I don't see myself doing anything different for quite a while because I love what I do and I don't want to do anything different. As far as the company, nobody's done it in travel yet. We're the first company to really make it in travel. There's been a lot of companies try, they haven't made it. And now we're 12 years old. We did right at $1 billion last year. We've done right at $3 billion total, and we're just getting started. We're at it on. So for me, I'm more excited about the future than I am the past. And I wish I knew where the future was going to go, but I'm just ready for the ride. That's really what I'm ready for.
Well, the sky's the limit. And I mean, you look at a 12-year-old company that hasn't done it in travel, and direct sales top 25, the only one to do it in travel. So guess what? No competition. It is unlimited. And, they say new blood's the lifeblood. So for me, I get real excited when somebody like Vic comes along and his team. It's that new blood that we want to go help build teams. And they're what we call the stage walkers. They're the ones at the next event we see it go across the stage. And if we've been able to help a little bit, get them to that rank, it's a feeling like I've never had because it's a freedom of, of accomplishment, of being able to help Vic now accomplish whatever he wants to do in his life and your team. And it's just an incredible feeling I can't describe.
So you guys have your own team training system, and obviously that, what we're doing here with the 4%, and, you're watching this entire system as you're going through. This can be your system, by the way, too. Realize that. So we have our ecosystem, our training system, and we're basically combining with what you guys have already built that allowed you to go 4 times IMD in the company, right? And you have a lot of duplication on the team and stuff like that. So talk a little bit about, to somebody who is just watching it for the first time, maybe they might not really understand or comprehend, the big picture opportunity here, really what that means. Having an already established app like you guys have, and a system like the 4%, and combining that, what can that mean for somebody, brand new and aspiring and, ready, hungry for something massive?
Yeah. So we again, meeting Vic and seeing what he's done with the ecosystem he has put in place, and then combining it with what we got, not only with World Ventures, with the company, but with the 12 years of experience we've brought to the table, that by trial and error, we figured out how to go do this thing, how to duplicate it, and what's important to a brand new builder. And so we've put a little system together that's free to anybody that wants to use it. And that's what we train on. And Jeff and I have a company that we call Chillin' Worldwide. Kind of fits the travel deal, right? And so we have an app called Chillin' Worldwide, and all the information on how we built it. And most of ours is a lot different than what you're doing on some of it, but it all still pertains to how this all works. Right. And so it correlates pretty well. And so everything we've done is pretty much on there, and that's what we've been able to duplicate. People are using it. We have also the chillinworldwide.com, which replicates the app, so people can use that, and we got all kinds of training.
In other words, the training, the systems, everything that you, my friend, need to go out there and create something significant, something massive, something meaningful, you know what I mean? Something that not only changes your life, but has the power and enough juice to change a lot of people's lives. It's been built. Like, you don't have to work for it anymore, right? I mean, you have to work on building your dream become that reality, but the tools, the fundamentals, the structures, the path has been paved. These guys have cleared the path to quadruple IMD now, right? So you kind of like that Roger Bannister said, hey, it happened.
That's right.
Right?
And piggybacking on that, what it does for a new person or even old, you don't have to make the same mistakes we did. You can learn from the system and dive right in and not have to make those same mistakes that we did years ago. So
Yeah, love it. All right, so you guys, I think we're just going to cut it short. Obviously, we're going to be our people, if when you decide to get in and join with us and become part of the team, you'll get to learn more from these two gentlemen here, and they're phenomenal people. Just having an opportunity to hang out with them, great people here. Like I said, met the owners, met a lot of corporate staff here at the headquarters, top producers, and obviously having an opportunity to work directly with these guys, you'll have an opportunity to work with everybody involved. Look, when you come in, here's what's going to happen. Realize what you've got. You're not coming in under some little guy or just somebody. Not to mention that everybody's equal, right? But the skill levels, the skill sets are different, right? How, like, I worked for 14 years to build what I've got now, right? You guys worked for a long time, maybe over a decade, to build what you've got now, right? Now, understand for you, what does that mean to you when you have an ability to come in and work directly with top producers in the world? Right? What does that mean? It means leverage. It means, borrowing credibility. It means alliance. It means, being in proximity with somebody that's already at the level to where maybe you aspire to be one day. So don't take this opportunity for granted. You literally have an invitation right now, right, to join something that can completely, no exaggeration, revolutionize your lifestyle, revolutionize the way you live, the way you eat, the way you vacation, the way you provide for yourself and your family, the way you earn money. Everything can be, changed forever for good for you. And I would love to give you that opportunity right now, right? The key is right in front of you. Take it. You guys, thank you so much.
Thank you, Vic.
It's been a pleasure. Looking forward to building something massive together.
Absolutely.
And you, my friend, if you're watching this, if you have seen enough, go ahead and create yourself an account. There should be a button somewhere on this page, below the video, above the video, to the side, somewhere. Create yourself an account. You've got absolutely nothing to lose. You might have an idea now, right, as you're going through these videos, and you might be like, okay, I think I get the picture. Let me tell you something. You don't know anything yet until you actually become a member, until you start experiencing it for yourself, right? Until you start getting those results, until you go on a dream trip, until you come back and start talking about it. What happens when you go on a dream trip? You start talking about it regardless, right? Why not get paid for it? Why not earn some of them points? Why not, create stability and future that will really be, something that your family deserves? And you can do that now. That's what really pulled me to the company. That's what, inspired me, and watching guys like yourselves. It's real, man. It's real. And it's something that I can be proud to represent and feel good about, talking about. Like, I don't have to be ashamed or embarrassed or hesitant to talk about what I do at a family dinner. Right. If I'm selling some lotion or potion that I don't use myself, being a guy, right, and I'm trying to sell it to somebody else, there's a level of resistance, there's a level of hesitation. Everybody talks about trouble. That's why this is so sexy. All right, go ahead and if you've seen enough, create yourself an account. If not, go ahead and watch the rest of the videos here, and I will see you inside.